Hi guys, it's Allison, and as you can tell from this outfit or from the intro, this past weekend was Brantford Comic-Con. This original video was supposed to be about what I crocheted from March/April prepping for the con, or just in general like what I was crocheting. Unfortunately, I was crocheting up until the very last minute, if not through the entire convention, which is totally fine, but of course, I forgot to film videos and forgot to film most footage during the convention. That's why that intro is so short. But I actually signed up for this convention in November, and I had started crocheting, and then of course got busy through December, and then I got pneumonia. I got pneumonia from January through February, and then my godmother passed away. She passed away on Family Day. And it was devastating. It took me for a turn. So I wasn't in the mood to crochet or able to. One of her last gifts to me actually for my birthday was yarn. So even just the idea of crocheting, it was just so frustrating and so hard. But I knew I had to, and I knew she'd want me to. So come March, I started finally crocheting again, and crocheted as much as I physically could, to the point where like I hurt my arms again. And like, if you know, as a crocheter, like you need to keep up with your arm stretches or take breaks, and I wasn't listening to my body, which I need to start doing a lot more. But I did crochet a lot. I was very proud. This actually turned out to be the best show I've done. Which is crazy. I started doing shows, I think, in 2023. I've done a few, like, fairs. I've done the Toronto Goth Arts Market. And this was my first convention. I've been cosplaying since 2008, doing a bunch of conventions all over Ontario and Canada and even the States. But this was my first time actually in the Artist Alley, and I was so proud for my first convention as an artist to be in the Artist Alley for Brantford Comic-Con. It was very limited space, very limited amount of vendors. So I was so proud to have that spot, and I did fantastic. The whole convention overall, let me just say, absolutely fantastic. Shout outs to the crew, the sponsors, just everyone involved. Best vibes, best curated, just overall best convention. I can't praise them enough. Everyone was amazing. The crew was fantastic. The guests were amazing. I got to meet Ming Chen from Comic Book Men and Danhausen from AEW. I was so excited and so pumped. It was so cool. Everyone was so nice. The vibes were amazing. Brantford really came out for this convention and really showed that we finally wanted one. We're so happy to have one. There were so many fantastic cosplays and cosplayers. There was so many guests, and it got busy. It got crazy. It was actually held in like a gymnasium type center, and it got warm. It got really warm and really crowded by 12, and it started at 10. It was fantastic to see. I of course had to cosplay for it. I had makeup and hair and stuff, but I of course did Thorn from Scooby-Doo, part of the Hex Girls. Felt very appropriate for my vendoring, and just overall like such a comfy costume, and I'm so glad I did, because it is a dress and it was warm in there. I of course vendor under the name Mortician Kitten Co. So exactly like my YouTube name, but with Co. It's the same on Instagram. And I crocheted whatever I could for it. I was so proud. I had, I think, around 16 of my adoptable spiders. I had 5 dragons. I had a bunch of keychains. I'm gonna post like the photos that I can. I know I did take some photos and some video. I don't think I took photos of everything, but at least enough for you guys to have a good idea. And I will post a table before and after because it was crazy. So my best market before this was the Christmas craft fair for the Toronto Dark Arts Market back in December 2024. That was fantastic. Everyone was so nice. Everyone like shouted out that they loved my stuff. It was so nice, and like I almost cried. I practically sold out for Comic-Con. I didn't make enough. My table has never looked so barren. I felt so bad because there were people coming at like 2 and 3 o'clock and just seeing like my practically near empty table. Some of the stuff I can show you though that didn't sell. This is the Ghostface bag that I made. You're gonna see it in the videos, and I have photos posted on Instagram, and I might post a photo of the process in the intro itself. Not too sure because I always record these before the intro, so if I'm talking funny about intros, that's why. But this was a crocheted bag that I made that I am super freaking proud of. I definitely want to do some more of like other horror characters. Next one, I'm definitely going to put like Stab, like the text from the movie, like the faux movie here, because I think that would look really cool. Or just Scream or something. But I had to do it, especially after the announcement that Matthew Lillard will be back. So excited. Here is the inside. I can sew, and I do have a sewing machine, but I didn't have access to it in time, and I was working on a time constraint. So it is lined, but it's only lined on one side with felt. This is like glued in, like perma glued in. And it's just to cover like the stitches and everything to make sure nothing gets caught. But otherwise, like full blown, fully finished bag. So proud of this. Another bag I was working on hoping to finish in time for Comic-Con. Obviously didn't, was the Sanrio Hello Kitty and Friends bag. Hello Kitty's been super popular again right now because of the Hello Kitty and Island adventure game that I've been playing. I love that game. This was more so for me than anything, but like same with Ghostface. I was like, you know what? If it sells, fantastic. If not, I get to keep it. And I'm happy with that. But this was like, I was very proud of this one. Obviously, same thing, just a felt lining, because I don't have access to my sewing stuff right now. But it's still super cute. I do gotta fix all the strings, but I will update when this was finished, or when it'll be finished. One thing that I'm super proud of, my babies, my little loves, are my emotional support spiders. These are a little creation of mine. The idea came just because I have CPTSD, anxiety, and depression, and I just love having like little stuffies, but of course you can't always take like plushy animals with you to work. So I crochet spiders, but they're like little emotional support spiders. So I make them with birth certificates, and I have a glow-in-the-dark web that they go home with, so their parents can have them by their bedside. And these were really popular. I was so surprised. My babies were doing so well. I ended up crocheting like another one while at the market, and this one girl came back. She was so sweet, and she was like, are you working on that? I want to buy that one, and then came back and purchased it, which was so nice. Sold out of my hats except for my jester hat. Sold out of my dragons, which was so nice. It was overall such a cool convention. I got so many compliments. I had my first Instagram follower come say hi. I've never had anyone from Instagram say hi before. I had my first TikTok followers come over and say hi. That made me feel so special and just so nice. It was so nice to meet you guys. Hi if you see this video. Thank you for coming by. And just everything. The compliments was amazing, and it really makes me want to do another Comic-Con, honestly. I definitely need to crochet some more now that like all my stuff is gone, and I had so many ideas I didn't get to finish in time for Comic-Con. But it was so nice. The vibes were fantastic. Everyone was so nice, and I had so many compliments, and I got to see people. And the great thing too is because it's a small convention, people are... This shows again that I'm getting used to recording. My camera turned off because it was really hot. But like I was saying, so one really cool thing about the convention, because it was small, but just because like everyone was there and so excited to be there, people were making multiple circles around. So this was one of also the first times I got to see people were really enjoying the stuff that they got from me. I saw people wearing the hats. I saw people cuddling their plushies. I had people come back and tell me the names they gave them, which was so sweet, and I so appreciated because I never get to hear that part. I had people tag me in that. It was just overall such a fantastic experience. I am so hoping I can be part of it again next year, and I'll definitely still go if I'm not, but fingers crossed that I can apply again and go again, because it was overall such a great experience, and I'm so thankful to the Brantford Comic Con crew for accepting my little table and just letting me feel so at home and having so much fun on the other side of conventions of things for the first time in years. But yeah, that was my experience at Brantford Comic Con. Did you go? Did you cosplay? Did you get anything? What did you do? Are you going next year? Tell me in the comments down below, and then let me know otherwise if you're just here because of puzzling or cosplay. I am definitely going to do another crocheting video next, I think. Definitely 2 videos coming up. I'm hoping to speed puzzle the puzzle from my individual round that I mentioned in my previous video. And then I will definitely be finally doing a video of what I crochet in a month. Now that May has started, and even though like I did some crocheting for the convention was like halfway through, I'm still gonna count it because my goal really is to see how much yarn I can get through, because I have a lot. So we're gonna see what I can crochet from now until the end of the month, and that'll be a video for you guys. I hope you look forward to that. Thank you so much for watching and sticking around with me. I hope you have a great day.